Hi there. Today about separation between body and mind that is felt more and more deeper into the mind we go. Mind is always awake and present. Only the body sleeps. And the body, it's run by its own devices, by its own physical laws inherent, that are the same for everything that is of so-called physical nature. There is no difference between a tree or a plant or a human body. They sustain themselves in the same way. They are run by the same and controlled by the same physical laws. They come out of the seed, they grow, they develop, they stop growing and developing, they deteriorate, they decompose. The same cycle again and again. No difference. So we can just leave the body to run itself. It eats when it's hungry, it drinks when it's thirsty, it sleeps when it's tired. This complete separation between body and mind is felt with direct experience once we enter deeper levels of the mind, of the still mind, when we enter the path to enlightenment. What is meant by enter the path to enlightenment is that we spend enough time in the still part of the mind that still mind takes over. We start residing habitually in the still part of the mind, and the still part of the mind completely changes the patterns by which the mind is operating. The only thing they have in common, the body and the mind, is the ordinary surface thought that the body and mind are the same. And that thought is a mistake, a momentary glitch. This identification is completely mistaken. It does not exist. It's only an ordinary surface thought. And once we enter the path and enter the stream, when the still mind takes over, this becomes very obvious. This is what is. There is no doubt about it anymore. Before, maybe we read about it, we heard about it. We knew it was like that, sort of knew, had some sort of a knowing, but we did not experience it directly. But once on the path, we experience it directly, this complete separation between the body and the mind. For example, I can go for a couple of days without sleeping at all. The mind is always awake and present, bright, illuminated, vibrant, penetrating. After a couple of days, the body will be exhausted and fall asleep, but the mind is still awake. The mind is always awake, always clear, always completely penetrating, going on and on. No matter how many bodies change, no matter how many life cycles pass, the mind is always awake, always still, always completely unaffected. So you can leave the mind completely to its own devices. These days when I look at the body, I don't feel any attachment whatsoever. It's just the body. I can leave it completely to its own devices and stay with the mind. Mind is everything. Mind is not born. Mind does not die. Mind has this knowing. And the deeper into the mind you go, the more self-aware you become as the mind, the more this knowing will dawn on you. And you won't have to listen anymore to anyone telling you about it or hearing about it or reading about it And you will know with certainty, with direct experience, what all those enlightened people were talking about. Body and mind are completely separate. The only thing they have in common is an ordinary surface thought that body and mind are the same, which is a mistake, a complete misunderstanding. So by all means, start residing more and more, spending more and more time in the still part of the mind. And you will experience all this by yourself, with direct experience. And there will be no more doubts about the nature of the body and the mind. Try. Enter the path. The stream will take you all the way, sooner or later. Take care. Bye-bye.